Alrighty. We are rocking and rolling here. All of the we got YouTubes, we got the Facebooks. Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome to another monthly live training that we're doing for small business owners. This one is going to be all about websites, website design, how to optimize your website to make sure that it actually works for your business. I gotta coffee it up here. Give everybody 30 more seconds to join in live. Whenever you guys do join in, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you guys can hear me. All of the things, all the places. Ah, this is my already did a podcast of our own this morning, and then I just a guest on a podcast. Is a really good one, and now we're doing this. So we're just all the talking, all the places, all the things, and everything today. So here we go. Okay, so if you want your website to do what it's supposed to, this video is for you. And by do what it's supposed to, I mean your website has one goal and two different things. Your website should be either making you money or collecting your leads. And if it's not doing those things, your website is broken. So on this training today, what we are going to do is I'm going to show you the step-by-step framework that we use at our agency, Sean Gardner Consulting, to build websites that collect leads and make local service business owners money. So this is one. Save it, record it, share it with your friend. Take tons of notes, because with this, we're going to give you these practical strategies and things that your website needs in order to start making you money. So if you have a website and it's not working, or you're in the process of rebuilding your website, or you're about to start rebuilding your website, these principles and strategies, if you execute on them, you will see a return and growth on your business. So please, please, please do these things. So there's going to be some free things that we give away to you at the end. You're going to want them. So make sure you stay to the end so you know exactly where you can find all of these things and these resources that we're going to make sure that you guys have. But let's dive in to the training. So like I said, your website exists to do two things: collect you leads and make you money. But unfortunately, most small business owners, their website just exists to be a pretty digital billboard talking about themselves and how awesome they think that they are. Your customers, you got to do so much work to get people here to your website, whether it be, SEO, other content marketing strategies, paid advertising, marketing. You're spending all this time and effort and money getting people to go to your website only to see it fall flat. And after reviewing at this point thousands of small business websites and building hundreds, I have seen a common path and a strategy in order to make sure that websites start working to make your small business money. And so going through this, I'm going to share with you this framework. And so step one is understand the foundations of this framework. I want you to think about your website as a digital storefront. So just like we have our brick and mortar facility, the physical place where you maybe do your business, maybe you have a service area business to where you clients don't necessarily come to you, but you're serving them, or you do have a retail storefront like a medical spa or medical practice like that they are coming to you. Think about your website as a digital storefront. So as we're going through these different things, it's not just about checking the box of, do I have a website? But do we have one that's following these principles? Because as we go through the different sections and parts that your website needs in order to collect leads and make you money, the more of these you have, the greater chance of success. So don't just be like, that part doesn't really apply to me, or, well, I have that on my website. Well, you have it, but is it optimized and is it executed at a high level? Because it's not just about checking the box to say you have it, about doing things well. Because if you truly want your business to grow, you have to stand out online, and we have to dominate. So dominate doesn't mean putting the competition down, but it means doing what you do with excellence, being able to reach and impact and serve the people that your small business is called to serve. And unfortunately, a lot of small business owners never get that opportunity because they're not executing at a high enough level. So as we're going through this, we've got our website. It is our digital storefront. We're going to go through each of the sections and parts of a website, especially your homepage, that it needs in order to collect leads and make you money. Take your notes. Let's go out there. Let's take action on this stuff and let's make it happen. So the very first part of our website that we need is this right up here. It is the header. As you are thinking about building your website, your header section is where you should spend 90% of the time on your website design. I think that too often people are rushing through this part because they want to get to they want to get to their headshots and their team bios and stuff. This header section is the most important part of your website because what it should do is it should quickly answer these 3 questions when somebody lands on your website. Number 1, it needs to answer, what do you do? What's the actual product and service that you offer? Don't assume that people know what it is that you do. Number 2, how are you going to improve their lives or how are you going to make their lives better? And number 3, what do I need to do to get the thing that it is that you sell? So many business owners are losing sales because they are not doing this part properly. Their header section is a mess. Whenever you go there, I see this a lot with service businesses. You go and you land on it, and it's just a picture of them or their team or their building or vehicle. And it's a picture of that. Well, what do you sell? Are you selling the vehicle? Are you selling the building? No, you're not. So we want to visually showcase the thing that it is that we do. If it is a service, man, I love service industries having like a header video showing techs out in the field doing things. Or think about showing the experience if you own a medical spa, somebody walking into your facility, what it's like to have that experience. Or the other thing that we want to visually see when somebody lands on that homepage, what does a happy customer look like? Right? We're trying to create this story that we're drawing our customers into. That's not our story, but it's your customer's story. So visually, we want to make sure that we're either showing one, awesome video of people doing the thing that it is that you do and engaging with your customers to show them what it's going to be like, or 2, showing them visually what that experience is like with you, or 3, happy customers showing exactly how much their life's going to be better after they do business with you. One caveat I would say to this is if you have a personal brand, like maybe you're a coach or consultant, that is the one time where I'm a little bit okay with having maybe a headshot of yourself or kind of a hero image of yourself on there. But an even better version of that would be is you actually doing speaking on stage. Maybe it's an image of you working with a happy client. That would be a way to level that up even more. But if you are a personal brand, it does make sense to have an image of yourself at the top of that. That's visually what it looks like. But now what about the words, right? Because we said it's got to do those 3 things. It's got to talk about what you do, how do you make life better, and what do I need to do to get it? Visually, that's what it's going to look like. And then the layout, how we want to think about structuring that is there are main call to action, which is the main thing we want customers to do. We have to put that in the top right-hand corner of our website. That is the top right-hand corner in the center of your website. That's the most valuable real estate you have on your website. So we want to make sure that our call to action is clear, direct, and consistent. And so what I mean by that is clear. We want it to be, we want our customers to know exactly what they need to do to buy our product or service and do business with you. 2, it's got to be direct. Don't use passive language. Don't say, learn more, contact us, see how we help. Be very clear. Buy now, schedule a call, book an assessment, tell them exactly what they need to do to start doing business with you. And then the third one is we want it to be consistent. So as we're looking at this website wireframe and building out our website, we want the call to action to be the same thing down the entire page. We don't want to say schedule a call at one point and then book an appointment at another part and then schedule a strategy call. Like make the thing clear and consistent and then put it and direct and put it this all around the same exact page. Now, what I want to do is show you what do some good headers look like on some different websites so we can visually see. Now, obviously, this is a little self-promotion right here, but I think these guys do a pretty good job. of what do I need to do business with you? Look right here. We've got a clear call to action in the top right and the center of the page. You got to schedule a call. Well, what do? We are a marketing agency for local service business owners who want to dominate online. How do you make my life better? And we get you more leads and be seen as the industry leader online. That's what we're going to do. Looking at some other websites right here. This one's an amazing one. This is actually our medical practice. Get back to feeling and performing your best. That's how you're going to make our life better. What do? They're an Owasso-based medical boutique practice specializing in hormone replacement therapy and functional medicine. What do I need to get started? Well, it's actually pretty clear. You need to click right there and you need to get started. This right here, very confusing business if you're outside, but look how clear the language is. Or originally, you can look on our portfolio for some before and afters and stuff. But right here, what do? At GWT2 Energy, we help restaurant operators lower utility costs, prevent equipment breakdowns, and make energy simple, all without adding work to your already busy teams. Man, that's what they do, and then how they're going to make our life better. Or what they do is energy management for multi-site restaurants. What I need to work with, I need to schedule a call. You can see this whole thing getting repeated, guys. It is a framework, and so that means it's a repeatable system that you can implement into your business. So right now, pause, self-reflect. Open up the header of your website and look at it as you're listening to this training. Ask yourself without scrolling, because I hear a lot of people whenever I show them, oh, well, if you scroll down and answer. No. Without scrolling, what do you do? If somebody just saw that, would they know what you do? 2, how do you say that you make your customers' lives better? So what, you're a plumber? How are you going to impact your customers? So what, you have a med spa? How does that make your customer's life better? Because it's not just about selling your service, but it's about solving problems for your customers. 3, what do customers need to do in order to engage with you and do business with you? If your call to action is contact us, learn more, or you don't even have a call to action in your top right or your center of pages, fix those issues right now, because they are costing you money. You're spending all this other effort, time, and finances sending people to your website only to have it not convert. Get this header section locked down on your website so you can start getting more leads and sales from your website. Okay, so that is the header section. So the next part of our website that we want to have, still up there on the header typically, but this is something we would call the value stack. So the value stack is nothing more than just 3 benefits that the customers have after doing business with you. So on this, what we typically like to show is like visually, again, as I'm showing you guys this, I want to show you several examples today of visually how that can look. So we typically do it a couple different ways. So right here, this is where we just showcase our 3 benefits right here of our process of what we do. This one right here, it's convenient care, restore your health from the inside out, direct access to your provider, lower utility bills, extend equipment life, simplify operations. All this is just 3 little quick benefits that customers have from working with you. Once you get their problem solved with your product and service, what are 3 additional benefits? That's what we want to put right there in that value stack section right there. Next part that we want to have is the stakes section. So this right here, not that we want to be a Debbie Downer with what it is that we do, but this is the part of the website where, when we talked about before in previous trainings about the brand messaging, this is where we want to talk about the failure. We want to talk a little bit about the main problem that it is that our customers are dealing with as it results to our product and service and to the thing that it is that we actually do. So for us, for example, at the marketing agency, don't get left behind because your competitors have better marketing. And we talk a little bit about the pain that they're struggling with, about seeing their competition rise above just because they've got better marketing, not because they're actually better at what it is that they do. That's a thing that we really focus on our problems. For the medical clinic, life is too short to feel bad. You can see these sections too. They're really small sections. We just want a little line just to remind them of the problem that they're dealing with. With the energy consulting company, our rising utility bills eating into your restaurant's profits. The garage, PJ's Door is a garage door company. A broken door can throw off your whole day. All we're trying to do is just remind people of what the problem is that they're dealing with whenever it comes to our product and service. So that's the whole stakes section on our website is we don't want to have it be full of a lot of Debbie Downers, right? What we want to do is we do want to remind them of the current problem that they're dealing with. Backing up just a little bit more for you guys on all of this stuff too. Think about these different sections as Lego blocks. I'm not saying that they have to go in this order. I want you to think of these are all the different aspects that would make a really good website that converts, which makes you money and collects leads. The more of these sections that you have, the better. If things aren't working, maybe it's time to add some of these sections in. But visually, how they lay out, the only one that has to go first is the footer, and the only one that has to go last, the only one that has to go first is the header. The only one that has to go last is the footer. How you mix and match these is up to you and just style preferences and everything. You will see we follow a very similar format for this order that follows this wireframe sheet that we're using here. But the order that you put these things in is up to you and the style and the layout and the look that you want to have. The next section that we want to have on our website or that we want to make sure that we're including on our homepage so it converts is a value proposition. This is what is the thing that you actually do. So this is where you're going to list the individual services that you provide. If you're like an online course creator, this might be parts of the course module. What is the thing that it is that the people are buying from you? This is not always just about listing the stuff though. It's about listing the benefit of the stuff. So we talk about features and benefits. Feature is the actual thing. Benefit is how it helps your customer's life get better. So we don't want to just list the feature. We want to always make sure that we're including a benefit to having that feature. So when it comes to a couple of examples, like so for us with the marketing agency, this is where we list the different services that we provide right here from website design, SEO, local SEO, AI SEO, all of the different things. For the medical clinic, this is where they talk about the different treatments that they provide. For the energy consulting, this is their different softwares and consulting that they provide. Garage doors, this is where we're going to list our garage door services. But you can see it's all about listing the actual thing that it is that you do. This ties in for one, not just a conversion aspect, but then two, when we're starting to talk about SEO or search engine or search everywhere optimization, making sure that we are being very clear with the different things that it is we provide. Examples I see where this is done really poorly and confusing is definitely in the fitness industry. So if you think about a lot of just generic fitness websites, if it's like become your best self, discover new levels of fitness. Well, how can we discover new levels of fitness, right? We could be, that could be like an ebook. That could be like an at-home fitness program. It could be an app. It could be a personal trainer. It could be a gym. It could be a piece of equipment. It could be a nutrition program. It could be a lot of different things. So don't assume that your customers know what it is. We want to clearly list out for them what it is that we do and the value that we provide with the services that we are giving them. The next section of our website that we want to make sure that we have is what's called the guide section. So this is where we finally talk about ourselves a little bit. I said we're all about creating a website and a messaging that positions your customer as the hero and you as the guide. It's not your story. It's not how awesome you are. It's all about your customers, their problems, and how you're helping them solve those problems. Well, this part of the website is we do want to make sure that we position ourselves as a guide that's able to solve our customers' problems. So we do that with two different ways. We do that by displaying empathy and authority. And we want to have both of those things on our website. So showing empathy is something like, man, I understand exactly what it's like to deal with this. Or just like you, many of our customers have experienced and dealt with this. And we're listening that we're showing that we're relatable, that we're actually human with this thing. The other side of the coin that we want to balance out is authority. Well, have we actually done the thing that we're trying to sell? And have we gotten results for people just like them? Whenever we have this, there's a lot of different ways that we can visually lay this out. We honestly spread this out and break it out a lot of different ways on websites and stuff. So one, we can show authority by Google reviews. Like they are the highest rated. Most of our clients actually are. Side note for shameless plug, the highest rated, most reviewed in their area with the Google review automations that we built out. Other things that we can do is we can share this in like case studies or like testimonial videos. We can showcase this in quotes from clients. Visually, it can look a lot of different ways. This was a really cool thing we did for a hair salon where they got so many quotes and stuff. It just has this little like ticker thing that's going right on through there. Lots of different ways. Again, in the trades, we're typically doing this with like little quotes right here from customers. And then we're also always showing the Google reviews and everything that they're doing as well. But we want to showcase our customers and we're relatable. But guess what? We've solved this problem for people just like them. We do that with quotes, specific quotes, video testimonials, and then Google reviews specifically for local service business owners. So the next part of our website that we want to have is we want to have our packages and pricing. So not every website or not every business, I understand, wants to necessarily showcase their pricing. But if we do have things packaged up or grouped together, we do at least want to showcase that. We don't always have to list our prices. For certain service-based businesses, that might not make sense for like showing your prices for every single service. We would list our individual services in the value stacks, our value part of our website that we just talked about. But if we have maybe like membership offerings, if you're a service-based business, we could list that on this section of the website. So visually showing you guys, visually showing you here what that would look like is here. We'll come like over here to our medical clinic. They've got, different memberships that they're selling for the IV therapy medical spa. Same thing, different memberships that they're selling. And so even if you don't want to showcase your prices, like what we have here on our website, we do showcase our packages. We don't showcase prices for everything that we do, but we're showing how things are packaged together and grouped together for your website. I think it's just important for customers to be able to start conceptualizing how maybe things get together. This is really important, I think, for coaching and consulting and maybe professional service businesses. Like if you, an accounting firm, you might not just do a tax prep, you might have a tax prep package and you show all the different deliverables that are in it. So to kind of clarify that between the package and pricing section and the value section, the value is the individual things that you do. The packages and pricing is maybe how those things group together. So you might do an accounting firm, you might do, tax prep, tax strategy, payroll and those things, but then maybe package them together for like a small business financial package. And so people can buy at that. And that's how you would think about structuring those different things. Or like I said, if you're a local service-based business, you have some type of a membership plan, that's also where you would list that right there. Okay, the next part of the website is the one, I think there's three parts of a website that I see people not take seriously. Number one is the header. Number two is the guide section or having really good specific testimonials. People forget Google website, your new customers, they don't know what's happening in the real world. So you might have years of experience, decades of experience doing what you do, worked for hundreds or thousands of clients and gotten them amazing results. But if we don't put that stuff out there where it's clear and easy for our customers to find in our marketing and on our website when they land there for the first time, they are going to leave and they're going to go find your competitor. This is the third thing that I think helps clients instantly start increasing conversions on their website. And it sounds simple because that's the whole point, is it should be simple, but it's the plan section. So we want to clearly showcase our customers what is the 3-step plan they need to do in order to come and do business with us. It should be simple, guys. And if you look at, I'm going to show you several examples visually of how that looks. It should be as simple as you book your appointment, you schedule your call, we build you a custom plan, you have happily ever after. Whatever your, big promise is that you give to the clients that you work with, it needs to be that clear and simple, because you got to think about this. Your customer is on one side of this raging river of life, right? And they've got all these problems flowing by them, and it's scary to walk across. You and your business and your solution are on the other side. What we want to do in our marketing, on our websites, in our messaging, is showcase these 3 steps, these 3 big rocks to get them from where they're at to where they want to be. And it needs to be so simple and obvious where people go, I can do that. That seems easy. That's what we want it to be. We don't want to overcomplicate and get in all the technical jargon of what it is that we do. We want to oversimplify it because we want our customers to go, oh, I could do that. And then they want to start working with you versus the person that wants to go into every aspect of their 197-point inspection that they do on their product and service. Like your customers, that's great that you have that, but your customers want a simple thing in order to know how they get their problem solved. So, again, I love a good 3-step process. You're going to see this on every single one of our websites. Like for us, how to get started. Step 1, schedule your free strategy call. Step 2, we build your customer marketing plan. Step 3, dominate your industry. Let's look at all of these others. Okay, your path to well. Step 1, choose your membership. Step 2, get your personalized wellness plan. Step 3, live well. We've got all of a plumbing company right here. How to experience plumbing excellence. Step 1, call 24/7 or schedule service online. Step 2, get an expert assessment and pick a solution. Step 3, enjoy peace of mind. It should be that simple as your customers are looking at this, be like, oh yeah, I could do that. As simple as that sounds, you're probably not doing it now. You're definitely, if you are doing it, it's probably not super clear on your marketing collateral. And I guarantee you, your competition isn't doing it. Or if they are doing it, they're unfortunately probably beating you. And we got to fix that. That's why we're here. Okay, so add that 3-step plan to your website and you will start to see more conversions because it will be so much more clear and simple for your potential customers on what they need to do business with you and get this problem solved. Okay, and next section on our website that we want to have is what we call the explanatory paragraph. From the SEO world, in my mind, this is where we take all of the other words and how we want to technically break down and over explain everything that we do. That's where we want to add that onto our website. And so this section, it doesn't have to be one section, it's one concept. So we can think about all the different technical things we might want to break up into more text for those people that do want to read it. Because I will tell you this, most people scan and skim websites. They're looking at headlines, they're scrolling through it really quickly. They're not reading every single word. However, 2 types of people do. 1, Google and crawlers that are reading your website, and they are reading every part of your website. And then 2, there's a certain type of customer that they want to feel super well informed and well educated before they make a purchase decision. So we want to make sure that they have that information for them somewhere on our website. And now visually, we obviously don't want like a huge blob of text somewhere on our website. So we can pretty it up a little bit. A lot of different things that the designers that are on the team do that are amazing. One is we can do something simple as just like a little read more here so we can hide that text visually, or we can also just break that text up into different sections on the website. Like I'll show you kind of like how we do it is like right here, we will break it up right here. We talk more about that in the fractional CMO, and we just visually break it up for people. So it's not a big, huge blob of text because they're not going to want to read it. It's going to look ugly because we still do have to think about how things look on this because customers are judging you. Whenever they land on your website, they're looking at you, they're looking at your competition. If your competition just visually looks better, looks more clean, looks more professional, they are going to automatically assume that they are the better service provider because just like you judge people, they're judging people. So when you land on a website and this is difficult to navigate, I really don't understand it. What do they do? Your customers do the exact same thing for you. So anywhere you think you need to add all that top content and stuff, create a section on your website, break it up, have the little expanding accordion to read more text, or you can bust it up into different sections. The next section is, again, a big thing I see business owners miss when it comes to their website, and it's why they're not getting any leads. It's a lead generator. Guess what? I have people, man, Sean, why isn't my website getting me any leads? Well, whenever I go and I look at your website, the only thing people can do is buy your product and service. So how are you going to get a lead? You have to have what's called a lead magnet. So typically what we want to do is we want to have something on our website that does these 3 things for capturing leads. 1, it's got a clear and catchy title. 2, it positions you as the guide and expert that they need to solve their main problem. And then 3, it solves the first step of their problem or gets them a quick win. So whenever we're doing this, got to have that clear, catchy title, position you as the expert, give them a quick win or the first step in the process as they're doing that, because we want them to give us their information so we can follow up. The secret is not in the thing that we give them. The secret is in the follow-up that occurs afterwards. That's a whole nother training that we'll do here in the future about talking about sales funnel automations and lead generation follow-ups and everything. But the point that you should know, you need something on your website for people that aren't fully ready to commit. We talked at the very beginning about your header section. You need to have a clear call to action that is direct, clear, consistent, and repeated down the page. You do also have a second type of call to action, which is called a transitional call to action. So that's for the people that aren't committed. They're not ready to buy. They're not ready to sign up, schedule a call or anything with you, but you have piqued their curiosity and their interest with some of the things that you have said. So they're not ready to fully commit. They think you might be able to solve their problem. So we want to give them something to opt into. So we get permission to follow back up with them that has that clear, catchy title, positions you as a guide and an expert or authoritative person in that spot. And it gives them a quick win or the first step in the process. This, I will show you several things that we have seen be successful for stuff like this. So again, visually how that looks, this one does not visually pique anybody's interest, but it actually does very, very well. It's our marketing domination checklist. We put a lead generator typically at the footer of all the pages. So that way, if somebody lands on a blog article, service page, location page or something, that lead generator still will be on there. These also work really well as pop-ups. I know people hate pop-ups, but guess what? Pop-ups work. That's why you keep seeing pop-ups pop up, is because they do work. If they didn't work, people wouldn't do them. So having something that is capturing their information can visually look like this. And we also have several other lead generators that we have under our resources tab. For the medical clinic, another thing that we've seen work really well is a quiz. So find out what hormone imbalances could be the cause of your symptoms. We have a male and female quiz that are associated with those two things. With the energy consulting company, they have a free restaurant energy audit that they give away. Lots of guys like a fitness gym owner right here, an online personal trainer with Jeremy Scott. He's got his ultimate fat loss blueprint. These can look like a lot of different things. Don't get stuck on the thing. It can look like a PDF. It could look like a checklist. It could look like a mini course. It could look like a video series. It could look like a lot of different things. The main thing that it needs to do, though, is capture the information. So it's got a clear, catchy title, positions you as the expert and guide for them to solve their problem. And then it also gives them a quick win or the first step in the process of the main problem that you solve. The next parts, I should say this, the next few parts are not required. These are bonuses that I have seen work really, really well on other websites to do one of those two things, collect leads or make them money. The first one is chat widgets, chat bots, however you want to call it. There's a couple of different ways that you can set these things up. So step one is you can have one like this where the whole point of this is just to capture information. You just want their name, email, phone number, so I can get right back. This is a less intrusive way we've found for people than filling out a contact page form on a website. So people are more apt to fill out their information there. A second way that you can do it is we got Aaron here. We got AI Aaron. And so this is something to where you can actually ask questions to it, interact. We can, in the back end of our CRM, we can pick up the conversations. The AI chatbot is also trained to try to get them to give you their information so you can follow up with them. Again, the whole point is on our website is we want to collect leads so we can follow up or make the sale. So if they're not ready to schedule a call on our website, well, hey, let's give them a place where they can collect more information in order to get the questions answered that they're looking for. So adding a chat widget is an extra bonus section that I would very much recommend that you do have on your website. The next is if you are a local service business, having a service area section or a map section on your website. You can see we do this with the service area businesses that we work with. And visually, again, can look like a couple of different things. But why we want to do this is for two things. Remember, trying to collect leads and make money. But this one is we want to showcase to Google and to our customers where it is we do what it is we do. So this helps us a lot as we're starting to roll into SEO strategy and to get people to actually come to our website. SEO, search engine search now everywhere optimization, is about being clear to Google and these crawlers and proving why you should be and why you should rank where you want to rank. And so one of the things that we need to do is we need to show them where we actually do business. And so by creating these map sections, one, visually your customers can see it. Oh yeah, I'm in their service area. But then this is a training for another day. We want to have location pages built out for our service area. So as we're starting to prove to Google that we do business in these areas, that means we've got testimonials, we've got landing page information about the specific city and service area that we're trying to show them that we do service in. So again, being clear and consistent. So when our customers land on our website, they understand that we are the right business for them because we actually work in their service area. The next section is, I say this one's optional, but more and more, I think, especially in the rise of the AI world, it is very important. And that is a video section. So this is Building All Children. This is a nonprofit website we worked with to build. And so we want to have some type of video that showcases who we are, what we do. Think about it like a traditional sales video. This is not a company documentary, but this is, again, something that's positioning you as the perfect guide and expert for them, talking about the problem that you solve and what it is that your customers want. Visually, that can look a lot of different ways. Like we've got it laid out like this. Building All Children, we laid it out like that. Jeremy Scott, he does a lot of video content as well, but having that video section on your website, and again, a couple of different ways that we can do it. So we can make it to where they click the button and it scrolls down to the video section. It's got a video pop up. As we're looking at this stuff, and I'm showing you guys examples, just think about visually how it could look. The goal is not that aspect. It's just thinking about the strategy behind it. So I always tell even my team and clients, when I look at a website, I look at like a black and white, originally skeleton wireframe. I'm just thinking about certain aspects that I know that we need to have in order to make sure that we're checking all of these boxes in our customer's mind. So we do stand out and we are collecting leads and making money. The another section that I think is very important, again, this is based upon your business, is having an event section. So if it doesn't make some businesses that just doesn't make sense for, but maybe you're speaking at events, you're doing local outreach things locally. This is a nonprofit. They do tons of events and play dates and stuff at churches. This is another church that we built a website for, Guts Church here in Tulsa. They're able to list all of their events. So if you are speaking at conferences, maybe you're going to be at a local chamber event, a local like farmer's market or something like that, and you maybe got a booth set up, having an events page is one of those things that's very much optional. But if so, we want to list it on our homepage so people can easily see that. Don't list all the events, but just having that little blurb section on there definitely does help with that. The next one is, I would say, the last section here that I would say to think about and considering offering. And again, it just depends if you actually do these things, but would be some type of a content section. So like if you have a podcast, making sure that you are showcasing the most recent episodes. Because if we think about building authority, and this is one that we did again for Jeremy Scott. If we think about building authority, well, guess what? If you have a podcast, you are much more authoritative than people that don't have a podcast. We do it. I got all zoomy here on my screen. That shows the authority that you have. So visually showcasing that and having that section on your website is important if you do it. Another way that you can do it is if you have a blog that's you're very active on and that you're constantly adding content and stuff to it. Having that blog would be another good thing. If the content's good, if you're just doing a blog but not taking it seriously, don't list that. But again, the whole point of that section on the website is to showcase that authority. So think about that as we talked about that guide section, having empathy and authority. The whole point of that part of the website is we just want to have more authority to what it is that we do so people trust us. The very last part of your website is something that we call the footer. So on the footer of our website, got to find out what I did here. Bagging on up. Got a little excited there, I guess. All right, so on the footer of your website, this is where you put everything that you think was important that you should have had on your website, this is where you put it here. So we don't want to have a ton of clutter in our header and our main navigation of our website, minimal links as possible. This is where you're going to put things like maybe social media links, links to career pages, about us pages, other kind of resources you might want to link to. That's where we just want to put all of this stuff. And there's lots of different ways we can visually create footers. Like you can see ours is pretty big. We've got all the different links of the stuff that we think that pages that we do want on our website. We do want to have those linked because just from an SEO perspective and everything, service areas, we'd want that. Services that you provide. Again, looking at the salon here. We want to have all of this stuff on there, but we don't want to have our main navigation cluttered because we want to be clear and consistent with everything that we do. So if your website is not collecting leads or making your business money, you have a broken website. That's the whole reason that it exists, is to do those two things. And if it's not, we would love the opportunity to help you fix it. You can see from today's training all the different aspects that go into a website. It's not just about checking the box of, oh, I have a website. No, it's about making sure that it is working as your most active salesperson to get you more leads and to collect you money. You can go out there and you can try to piecemeal this together. Or if you would like us to implement this exact same strategies into your website so your business and your website can start making you money, I would love the opportunity to talk to you. You can just go, since we're talking about websites, just go to our website, SeanGarner.co, click on the schedule a call button. Then you're going to fill out your information, pick the time that works best for you, and you're going to book a call with me. It's nobody on my sales team. It's going to be with me. I'm going to do a complete audit of your entire website, your SEO strategy, see what's working for you, what opportunities there could be out there for you, so you can make sure that you're attracting the right customers, because I truly believe entrepreneurship is a calling. If you are in this, you're called to do it well. You're called to do it with excellence. You're called to dominate. Dominate doesn't mean crushing your competition, but it means doing what you are meant to do for the people you're called to serve at a very high level. And I would love to make sure that you are able to reach those people. So if you're ready for your business to grow and you want to truly dominate your industry, go to our website, SeanGarner.co, pick a time that works, schedule a call with me, and we'll show you exactly how you can implement these strategies into your own business. Have an awesome day, guys. Hope this training is helpful. We do these every single month. If you want more, we also do the Marketing Domination podcast, which that is our weekly podcast where we're doing marketing tips and training and stuff with the same principle to make sure that the local business owners can grow and dominate online. Share this with a friend. Have an awesome day, and we'll talk soon.